Hello and welcome to Study with Sri. Here I am covering chapter-wise Indian polity 6th edition M.Laxmikant. So in previous video I covered Regulating Act 1773. Now I am moving forward to the Amending Act of 1781, which is known as Act of Settlement. In the Act of 1773 there was some defects. In a bid to rectify that defects, the British Parliament passed Amending Act of 1781, which is known as Act of Settlement. The features of the Act. We know that Supreme Court was established in Regulating Act 1773 in the year of 1774. But in this Amending Act, the Governor General and Council was exempted from the jurisdiction of Supreme Court for the acts done by them in their official capacity. Similarly, it also exempted the servants of the company from jurisdiction of Supreme Court in their official actions. So, Governor General and Council and servants of the company was exempted from the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court for their official action. Next, it excluded the revenue matters, which was very important matter, revenue. And it excluded the revenue matters under matters arising in the collective collection of revenue from the jurisdiction of Supreme Court. मतलब जितना भी गलत हो रहा था वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट से बाहर रख रहे थे. It excluded the revenue matters and the matters arising the collection of revenue from the jurisdiction of Supreme Court. It provided that Supreme Court was to have jurisdiction over all the inhabitants of Calcutta. Okay, it provided that Supreme Court was to have jurisdiction over all the inhabitants of Calcutta. It also required the court to administer the personal law of defendants. Means Hindus were to be tried according to the Hindu law and the Muslims were to be tried according to the Mohammedan law. Next, it laid down that appeals from the provincial courts could be taken to the Governor General in the Council. Very important. We know that if any disputes happen in High Court, it go to the Supreme Court. But at that time, it laid down that the appeals from the provincial court could be taken to the Governor General in Council and not to the Supreme Court. Okay, it empowered the Governor General in Council to frame regulation for the provincial court and council. It empowered, ये empower कर रहा है Governor General in Council को to frame regulation for the provincial court and council. Thank you for watching. Next video I'll cover Pitt's India Act. Stay tuned.